live in real time with you guys and showing you guys what's happening, thought process, the mental process, the thought process, the trade process, the overall thesis here on this trade on CCXI. It was a good one. It's a really good example of how the emotions tricked me, and I changed my plan, and you'll see. You'll see here in a second. I don't want to ruin it. Let's go. All right, what's going on, guys? Before we get into the trade here, I want to talk really quickly about kind of what I'm doing right now. I am trading in a paper account. This is real-time trades. This is not like pre-recorded and then I go in and I try to figure out the trade and stuff like that. This is real-time either way. Now, a lot of people are going to argue, say that it's paper trading, it doesn't matter, and stuff like that. But for me personally, I'm working on my just trading right now. And there's no point in me going and putting $25,000 into an account and kind of working through this. There's just no point. Obviously the emotions are different, whatever you want to say. But for me personally, I'm just kind of working on, getting back into the zone personally. What do I need to be doing? What's my game plan? What do I need to be focused on? And just kind of working through those glitches right now, those bugs, if it makes sense. Really for me, also the problem, a lot of people say, well, why don't you trade with small size? You can trade with a small account, buy 100 shares, trade with small size. And the problem with that is it just doesn't really do it for me either. So if I trade with like 100 shares and, my risk reward, I'm making $10, $20 or whatever it is, that does not actually do it for me personally. Emotionally, I don't have any connection to $10. I don't have any connection to $20. And I guess that's a bad way to put it, that I don't have a connection to risking $20, $30. It's not that I don't have a connection to it. It's just the problem is I won't take it seriously. So right now, all I'm doing is I'm just using the Dash Trader simulator in real time, and I'm just kind of going through the paces here, and I'm just trying to get back into the action. And at some point here, we will get back into real money trading live and all that. But for now, just bear with me. I'm trying to get through what I'm getting through. And if you don't enjoy these videos, I'm sorry. It's still kind of going through the same thought process and trying to figure out, what I'm doing wrong, what I can do better. And today was a great example of that emotional battle sometimes with CCXI. I'm going to show you guys a trade here in a second, so make sure you stay tuned. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Got some news this morning on CCXI. This is a cancer stock. They got phase 3 news or pivotal data came out from the phase 3 trials, so I'm thinking this is going to be a pretty good short here at some point. I'm thinking that we're going to get some sell the rumor type setup here. So we're just sitting back here and see if we get a nice little spike. Get a nice little spike here, but that might have been the spike right there to 36. So you can see already pulling back down there to 34.71. Now we got a little bit of support here right now at the 34 area. So we'll see how this reacts at the 34s. If this is going to kind of want to hold that 34 area and kind of consolidate there for a minute or two, or if we can lose that $34 support and start to kind of fade out a little bit here. And we'll see what happens. Looking at the 1 minute chart right now. This is CCXI. And we'll see if we can get a push. Kind of where we end up at here. If this is going to want to push up there to 36. Let's see if we can get stuck there at that 36 area again for a possible short here. This is kind of holding the VWAPs there. We got the VWAP. We've got the EMA. The yellow line is the 9 EMA. The 20 is the red EMA. There, boom, boom. Now we're just right there on the 20 EMA. And you got the VWAP, that white line. So if you're wondering, white line is the VWAP. The yellow line is the 9 EMA. And CCXI holding that 34 right now and then back up there to 35. So I'm keeping an eye on both of these stocks right now, kind of figure out which one we want to capitalize on, but still kind of just waiting to see if CCXI wants to lose this support there at the EMAs and then get below the EMAs and the VWAP and then break below 34 after that. So you can see just getting a lot of selling pressure here on the tops of these candles. Big sell, sell, sell. So if we can just lose this support there at the EMAs, we should start to roll off here. And now that CCCL is halted, we'll let that one kind of simmer for a little bit and see which way it wants to go from there. CCXI getting tight right here, getting really tight there. Looking like it needs to make a move here pretty soon. See if we can lose this support there at the EMAs right now. Kind of bouncing around there. Let's see if we get another big spike here. There's that big spike again. Up there to 36. Wow, look at that. Big spike there. A little fake out. Fake out both ways looking like. Going from 34 right up there to 36.80. That's always a fun one. So still kind of sitting back here. Look at this thing. It's all over the place. Up there to 36.80, back down there to 35. Wow. It's getting some serious action here, both ways, up and down. I'm going to buy the dip here at 34, see if we can get a little quick pop back up here. Just kind of got some support there on the 5-minute kind of showing up there. I got the 50-day, the 50 EMA there. CCCL also going to the moon right now. Up there at $1.50. See what happens here with CCXI if it's going to want to hold this 34 and push. Still holding right now, 33.50. You can see here on this 5-minute chart that I got pulled up down there, we are right there on that EMA right now. So that's why I'm still holding this. And we're just kind of bouncing at that EMA right there. Give it a little bit of time. See if this is going to find some buyers. Now the problem is that we were kind of above the EMAs for a while, kind of using those as support. And now you can see how we're actually using the EMAs as resistance. So we're below the EMAs, and you can see how it's just kind of the stock is right underneath those EMAs and kind of hitting those as resistance. So we need to get back above the EMAs and start to consolidate above there, get a little squeeze going. And that's what we could possibly get. Let's see if we can get this push back up there, 35s. There we go, up to 35. Let's give it a little bit more time here. Now that the stock is heading the direction we want it to head, you gotta be patient here. Now let's see if the EMAs are going to act as support there and want to push this back up as we pull back to those EMAs there. Getting tight here right above the EMAs now, so kind of a fine line. See again if we can get the push, get back above the VWAP here and push above $35. If we can't break through 34.50 here, I might just end up getting out. I think for this 34.50 area to push through on this candle right here. 34.50, need a push. And having trouble there, 34.50. Just not wanting to go on this candle. Got about 10 more seconds. Getting really tight right here. So expecting a move. 50-50 chance at this point, up or down. Looking more like we want to head down after that. So I'm going to jump out there for basically break even at that point. Down $10 on that. So it is what it is on that one. We'll see if we can get a short opportunity here now. If we break through this support there at 33.50. So I wanted to give CCX a little bit more time to kind of see where this ended up at after that move that we looked at earlier. So the big thing for me here was that I changed my bias. You know, I went from, okay, this is going to be a beautiful short to I saw this kind of sporadic action, and then I thought, you know, hey, we might get a little pop back up. We ended up getting that pop back up there, but really this should have just been a short all day long. You know, I should have been shorting into the VWAP, into that push up there to 35, and look at it now down there to $31. So I talked about this in the live stream, talked about getting that big pop there at open, getting a short opportunity, and then that wash below $34, which we ended up getting. So below $34, you can see now on the 5-minute chart, it's just been bam, 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 thank you, ma'am, down there to $31.40. So this is an exact reason of why I'm doing this, you know, why I'm focusing on just kind of looking for setups and then analyzing those setups and then looking for opportunities. And this, again, a perfect example of how I changed my bias because of a short term or a short move. short-term move, a short time frame move. So basically, we got that pop 36.80, and then I'm like, oh, well, hey, we're getting some nice volatility here. We'll probably get a pop back up. Instead, this whole time I should have been like, okay, this is definitely going to be a short. So the next pop, I'm shorting into that. And then we got that move down there to 31.40. So this is really all it comes down to here is if we have a thesis, we have a bias, and this is what our plan is going to be, we need to stick to that bias. Not just because we got this little fake out, we got this little pop here up to 36.80. That shouldn't have changed my bias. That shouldn't have told me, hey, this is a buy now. This is a long opportunity, especially after we got that big washout. We got that huge washout from 36.80 down there to $34. So over a $2 drop on that 1 minute candle. Again, that should have been like just reinstating, really telling myself that was a short. That was a short. And that's what we should have done. That should have been the game plan, sticking to the game plan like we had beforehand. We talked about it in the live stream before the market opened, looking for that short opportunity as this thing squeezed up. And that's exactly what we got. But instead, ended up doing the opposite of what the plan was. Even though it wasn't a big loser, still wasn't able to capitalize on that move. And you can see from $35 down there to 31. So we could have easily gotten short into this area here at the 34.60s, gotten short there and rode this baby down there for a nice $3 or $4 drop. And that's trading, baby. That's trading. Really comes down to the emotions there. Not being able to stick to the plan. And that got me. Good example of that today. Again, teaching myself, learning and telling myself over and over, Patrick, you got to stick to the plan. If you make a plan, stick to the plan. If you make a plan, stick to the plan. And that is what happened.